If you didn't know, FL Studio got a new update. Let's hop straight into it. We're in FL Studio 21.2, I believe it is. Okay, so what they have now, if you click in your browser, if you right click, make sure you show any hidden tabs, okay? So you want to click on the Sounds tab. Imagine Splice, but built inside of FL Studio. So shout out to JCactus. They have curated packs on here. So you see JCactus, you see Aiden Kenway, curated packs by Simon Servita, Larry O, and Arcade. So let's pick on the sounds from JCactus's curation. Let's click his name. And here's like a library. Think of them like splice kits, but it's all curated by these creators. So this is a pretty dope loop. Now you have to be logged in. So it's going to ask you to log in. If you click this little plus icon, it'll ask you to log in. So I'm going to click the download button. And I think I could just drag and drop this straight into the DAW like that. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Let's go to 142 BPM, which is the project BPM. We're going to double click on this and let's go to mode, stretch mode. Let's go to song mode. So we have our melodic loop. Now let's see what else we can find in here. So here's a kick. Let's add this. Now let's see how we grab the kick. I'm going to grab the kick and put it in the channel rack right here. So we have the kick. And okay, there's our kick. Let's hit Control L, send that to the mixer. Also, let's click here, go to all, hit Control L on that first loop. So now we're starting to throw stuff in the mixer. Okay, so here's a rim shot. Let's grab this, drag it in the channel rack. Hit Control L. Let's make like a little drill bop. Now this might not be the greatest beat because I'm kind of speeding through this. Let's do boom, ta 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 doom doom doom. Okay, so we're just hitting in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's add the kick. Let's clone this pattern out. Okay, let's see what else they have in here. So they have one shots, they have loops. Let's drag this directly into the playlist. This is like a reverse build-up sound. Now we're gonna hit Alt and left click and drag that. So far it says I'm on trial. I don't know what that means, subscription trial. Apparently you can subscribe to it monthly. You could buy credits or there's some free stuff. I don't know what's free, what's paid. It's not super clear, like what's what. Okay, so just gonna keep picking sounds until it tells me I can't. Okay, so this loop says it's in the key of D. Now, I don't know if that means D major, but you can also sort by key. So let's click on D and major. Now it says we'll do D minor. Okay, so the one key on the thing says D though. It doesn't say D minor, it says D. So one thing that is a little confusing here, maybe they'll fix it over time, is making sure that people are labeling loops properly. Because D just by itself means D major, but technically it's probably D minor. To double check, what you guys can do is open up Scalar, the Scalar 2 plugin, and just map out the keys here. Okay, so this is D minor, but it's labeled as D. So one kind of major place I'm seeing, improvement is making sure the stuff is actually labeled properly. A lot of producers don't even know the key of their loops. They just make stuff. So that is one thing that you guys want to watch out for. Sounds pretty cool. Let's see if we can add this in. Okay, so the cool part is we can kind of blend these together because they're in the same key. Okay, let's see what else is in this pack. Also, I love the new feature in FL. You could just left click and drag down the clip gain, so it makes it super easy to turn stuff up and down. I feel like we need more hi-hats. Got to find out where's our hi-hats. Also, you could type in the instrument. Let's go to drums here. and it's only focus on drums. Now the interface, I'm sure will get better over time. It's a little clunky, but just trying to figure out what's what. But we're not complaining. I'm just showing you stuff that you might run into, and I'm trying to give you the real experience here. Let's add some hi-hats. Okay, so the kick on this pack is a little thin, like it's very thin actually. We'll see if we can boost it up with some 60 hertz. And I am noticing like a little, I'm just pointing out stuff so y'all don't get overwhelmed and out of nowhere. There is like a little stutter when I play stuff. I don't know if that's because we're pulling sounds from the cloud or what. Or it could be my recording device. Who knows? Okay, so these are the sounds here. Let's try to boost up the kick. The kick's a little thin. Let's run it into a Fruity Soft Clipper. Put it on soft clip mode here. A little more body to the sound. Okay, so let's copy the hi-hats. Copy the snare pattern over to the hi-hat. Okay, it's like, what else do we add? I mean, we just need to find an 808. I don't think I found an 808 in that pack. At least it's not very evident. So what we'll do is we'll type in search 808. Again, over time, I think this process will be easier because everything's built in FL, so you still have restrictions of FL. Let's load this one up. It's pretty cool, 808. To Control L, send that to the mixer. What we're going to do though is right click, make sure it says cut itself. And we're going to go to the envelope here, turn hold up, turn everything else down. This allows you to hold a note and truncate it. So now I'm just going to play my typing keyboard. We're going to right click. I have mine set to C4, layout piano. Okay, so let's record this. Okay, so that's the bass, pretty low. Pretty cool basses. It lasted long. Let's hit Control Q, Control L. Here we're not trying to make the craziest beat right now. I'm just using these sounds to figure out what we could do with it. I think that kick is like super weak though. Let's see if we can push it a little bit harder. So far we're getting a vibe. Also in FL, the new update allows you to separate stems. So I'm going to pull up a sample. Let me see where I could even find one. Let's pull up our sample library. I'm just going to pull up a random sample and see if we can find like vocals that we could add in here. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this record. Doesn't even matter what key. I'm just going to chop out a part that where I hear a vocal would match this vibe that we have going on.
you. I run out. I do picture, baby. I beat my head against the wall.
Okay, so I want that wall part. Sounds cool. So let's slice this. Now, when you're using the stem separator, I highly recommend that you only do it on small pieces of audio. If you do it on big pieces of audio, it could take so long. At least in the beta, it took forever. So let's make this unique as a sample so that we're not reading the entire file here. And click in the top left. Am I shouting in the mic? Sounds like I'm distorted. Check, check, check. Click in the top left and then go to where it says extract stems from sample. Hit extract. Check, check, check. Sorry if I'm screaming in the microphone. Okay, so it will separate the drums from the vocal from the instruments. And now I can solo the vocals.
I beat my head against the wall. I could
even solo the bass if I wanted to. Or the drums. You know, you can use that as like a backing track. It's not perfectly done. I think Serato Sample has the best stem separator right now. So I wouldn't, you know, but the fact that it's built in FL is pretty cool.
I beat my head against the wall. I can still feel the fire.
Okay, so because it's now its own clip, you can now pitch change and do all types of stuff.
I beat my head against the wall. I beat my head against the wall. I beat my head against the wall. I can still feel the fire.
So I just want the word wall.
I beat my head against the wall.
I don't want the whole phrase, just want the wall sample. Then we can send that through reverb or whatever. Let's add some reverb. Really long tail reverb.
I beat my head.
The cool part here, I'm going to render this. I'm going to render for like 8 bars, even though this is a small clip, because I want the reverb tail. So let's right click, consolidate from track start, and make sure the effects are on. So I rendered this long reverb tail. What I could do now is reverse it and do cool stuff. So let's make this unique. Double click on this and hit reverse. And I can use one forward and one backwards. So now you have a forward and backward sound effect. I'll give you the project files for free if you go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. So you're not the greatest beat in the world, but fun to make. I'm gonna mix this a little bit. So I mixed it with free plugins up until the SSL. K-Clip isn't free either. But you can get these project files for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. And the new FL is pretty dope. Can't complain. There's other plugins that are like cool, but there's one plugin you might want to know about too. It is called Hyper Chorus. It sounds really good. Let me demo that real fast. Let's use it on the loop. So this one I use a lot for Travis Scott vibes. It's called Hyper Chorus. So this is a chorus plugin that sounds a little more blurry, I'll say. Really good plugin. I don't use the new other plugins. And what else is there? That's cool. So that's pretty much it. My mic is like super loud. But if you want to learn FL Studio and learn how to use FL Studio, just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. It's the easiest way, and you'll get the project files for free, plus a ton of other sounds and project files for free. Thank you for watching. It's Game from busyworksbeats.com. Peace.